Salutations, y'all! Welcome back to the Righteous Nerd. And as you guys can see on screen, the tech demo has effectively been updated. It is now properly built, properly done, or at least updated with the most modern mechanics. So as you guys can see here with, as it says on the screen, controls, WASD movement, EML device is now implemented. The monocle now works, as well does the swap between, well, okay, that's always been there, but uh, Agonel's movement is also, or the updated movement for Agonel, I should say, is now in the tech demo as well. So you guys can all um, check those things out. Respective downloads for the respective operating systems, be it Linux, Mac, or Windows, are all there. I will say that I will actually be migrating and moving the project from the Unity engine to the Godot engine. This decision was made prior to me updating the tech demo, and I'll get into some other elements with the tech demo and why that decision was truly in the final days may effectively confirm there. But some of the things with Godot is that Godot allows, from what I've seen, more variety with objects as well as more variety of how I can use those objects. I do actually have the tab opened. Um, so this is the engine I'll be using. I know that this initial thing is 2D. It does allow for 3D, and I'll be obviously using the 3D. Um, I'll be using 3D for the creation of the game here and so forth. Um, but as for other elements as well, and for an example, I can in Unity it is quite a task to create an archway without importing third-party controls and third-party assets. Whereas with Godot, it comes natively. You can, through its own tools, through its own vanilla tool set, create an arch from a cylinder and a cube, essentially. So because of things like that, I'm going to be migrating the project to Godot. Also because when I decide to finally release the project, there's some unique licensing stuff, and the licensing things can change with Unity in time, whereas with Godot, it won't. So I would like to obviously keep the project um, to myself. So because of that, I'm going to be going to Godot, which will let me keep my project as opposed to Unity, which could change how licensing works in the future. So that was another big reason. Um, One little issue is that I will pretty much have to be starting the entire project from scratch, which from research I know that I would have had to do that with the scripting language. Godot does allow for C# scripting through Visual Studio, but from my research, it runs into a problem that I discovered very early on with Unity, specifically with an element called .NET SDK. Essentially, I was trying to get that to work on my computer. I do run Pop! OS, so Linux. And when I was trying to get that to work, SDK was not yet compatible at that point, or at least the latest version of SDK with the latest version of Unity was not yet compatible, it seemed. So which is why I went to a later version of, or I should say earlier version of Unity for the project. And given that that could be the case, I don't want that to be something that delays essentially anything with Godot. So I will be learning how to do GD script, which is Godot's native language. I've never done dynamic programming, so that's going to be interesting. Um, but yeah, as for some of the other things, because you're going to notice some unique peculiarities with um, this tech demo, there were problems, very serious problems with the tech demo. Um, Apparently, and I either learned of this or relearned of this past week, having more than one audio listener in the project causes problems itself and causes potential errors. Very serious errors, apparently. I was trying to fix some stuff, and then I inquired of Gemini how to fix some stuff, and it immediately mentioned, hey, you have more than one audio listener. And when I attempted to remedy that, it really seriously broke the tech demo in such spectacular ways. And so I ultimately determined, okay, we're just going to have this tech demo, as you guys can see, be more of just a display of the mechanics presently. So that's what this tech demo is. It's rather than really doing an objective of setting the triggers. So with each of the would-be triggers, you can absolutely use the email device, use scroll wheel to increase the intensity of the light, and it'll go from a white light to a green light. So that will be on display, and that does work. But trying to get the simplest of tasks to work in Unity with how the game was accidentally built brokenly, it was just breaking the game so spectacularly. It's not even funny. So it's not exactly the way I wanted it to be, but given the time frame and also given the weird errors I was coming into late in the game and trying to fix some of the things that I had accidentally built improperly, there was a number of things that I'm like, yeah, let's just go with this simpler thing because this super massive game breaking error, and just to put it simply, the moment I started to run a test simulation, things were just breaking like crazy. And I would rather have this, personally, for a tech demo, especially for just showing off the mechanics, I would rather have what I have released right now than something less polished or something not entirely polished. So it's this tech demo is more of a show off of the mechanics than anything of a true complete a certain task with the mechanics. So this is just more showing off. So, and personally, I'm fine with that. So yeah, I'm going to be essentially restarting the project in Godot. So thanks guys for watching this video. And come check out next week where I show you what all I have with Godot. I will likely be, step one is just going to be rebuilding the tech demo, the rebuilding what we have here. That's going to be step one essentially. So see you guys next week.